Coachella Valley. My name is Katie Stye, CEO of the Rancho Mirage Chamber, and welcome to Live with Your Chamber. If you've been following the news at all, or any of the emails coming from the CVB or the local chambers of commerce, our area, the Riverside County area, is at risk from going from the red tier backwards to the purple tier. And that means a lot of closures. That means a lot of jobs instantaneously gone again. And so we're going to talk with a local business owner a little bit about testing and also what that could mean as far as reopening goes or staying open goes. Please welcome our small business owner, Dominique Fruckman of Escape Room Palm Springs. And if you hear some background noise, it's because she indeed has been able to reopen. She's got people there at her escape room. And Dominique, you're really passionate about people getting tested, and especially within these next few days. Tell us a little bit about why.
Yeah, thanks, Katie. Thanks so much for having me on. The importance of getting tested is really quite a complicated math problem that I don't want to overwhelm people with. But basically, every week, specifically on Tuesday around this time, about an hour ago or so, business owners like me are biting our fingernails looking at the news to see whether Riverside County made its numbers or not. It's kind of like sales numbers, only it's weekly, and it's to see whether we have permission to stay open. The way that the super complicated tier system goes with the state of California, there's 4 tiers. There's purple, red, orange, and yellow. Right now, there's not even a green. So the system is something we have to work around and live with. But the great news is there's a silver lining to this. We, the citizens of the Coachella Valley and of Riverside County, we alone have the power to stay open and even to get open even further. We can move down in the tiers, which means we can open more. Right now, indoor dining, indoor activities are open at a 25% capacity. We can make that 50%, and we can do it like that. And the way we need to do it is for healthy, asymptomatic people to go get tested on a regular basis. And when I say regular, I mean once or twice a week would be amazing. I get tested 4 times a week. And what I do is I make an appointment with the app on my phone. The minute I get a negative result, I make another appointment immediately for the next day. And when I get a negative result, I make another one. And last week that worked out to 4 times. The week before that, it worked out to 3 times. The results come in so quickly that I'm able to do it several times. When I wasn't working, I gave myself no excuse. I said, this is my way of working to get the county back open.
Right.
The way it works is the more negative tests there are, the counties actually gets rewarded or penalized depending on the number of tests that are done. They need X number of tests per 100,000 people. And if you don't have enough, they have this mathematical equation that punishes you and makes your testing numbers higher. If you get a ton of them, they have a mathematical equation that makes your numbers lower. So you see, only we, even if our numbers are unacceptable, the high testing numbers can lower them to an acceptable rate. Los Angeles County has a fantastic testing rate, but their percentage of positive is still too high. So they're having tons of people are getting tested, which is great, but too many of them are still positive. So they've got it down as far as testing goes. They've really got the word out and people are going. It's like they're going, and they're going a lot. If we could get that mentality out here where people are going and really contributing, think about it like giving blood, which I did today. Think of it like voting. Make it your civic duty and do it often. It's not painful anymore. It used to be kind of a scary, but it's not. It's a Q-tip that goes this far into your nose for about 3 seconds on each side. And it takes you longer to walk into the building than the time you spend in the building. And when I leave, I feel so good because I know I just added one more negative test result to all the rest. And I know I'm doing my part to keep the county open.
So we have the website on the screen people can go to. I will also, this is going live in lots of different places. And so I'll go through and I'll put the link throughout. Please share the video, please share the link and encourage people to go get tested. And this is coming right from a small business owner who, I mean, these past few months, say these past 6-7 months, how long have you been open through these past 7 months?
We've been open since a week ago Friday, but we were closed for 6 months. In mid-June, they allowed us to open for 2 weeks, which was a mistake. They did it too soon, and we immediately slammed our doors again on July 1st. 6 months. It's been 6 long months that I've been paying a fortune for a building that I couldn't use. We had some scary conversations, and I know there's a lot of businesses that didn't make it, and it's tragic to see places that have been here for years and years just not here anymore. But for those of us that are still hanging in there, we cannot afford to miss out on the holidays. We just can't. So we can do this. We can do it together. Make it an adventure. Go with a friend. And afterwards, go get ice cream. Go get a bite to eat somewhere indoors at a 25% capacity. Make it an event. Make it an outing and do it a couple times a week. You know, everybody says there's not a lot to do. Well, this is something that you can do. And most of them are open 5 or 6 days a week. You can even go to Rite Aid and CVS, and those tests do count towards the county's numbers.
Thank goodness. Because I'm sure about that for a while. And
they didn't, and then they did, and now they do. But there's drive ups. You can drive up at CVS at some of them. You have to call and find out. I'll be honest. The hardest thing about the website that you're dragging along the bottom is filling out all the information. They want you to verify your phone number and your email address. They send you a text, a code, and then you have to put it in and validate that's your number. And the reason for that is they text you your results on a link, and that's HIPAA protected. That's health information. They want to make sure it's really you that they're sending that information to, not some random stranger that you got the number 1 digit off. So that's why they verify and validate that that's really you. And it's a little bit of a pain to set up. Once you set it up, it is a piece of cake to click the link and make an appointment for another test over and over again. And there's no cost. If you don't have insurance, you click I don't have insurance, and the state will pay for it.
So
if you do, they'll bill your insurance. If you don't want your insurance billed, just say no, I don't, and you can opt out. So
there is a question that came in for you.
Yeah.
There was someone that came in late, and they said, so they're not keeping track of who's testing and the results. If I'm negative and test every day for a week, I'm counted as 7 negative tests.
That's correct. That is correct.
And that's because you can, after you get tested and you leave, you could get it. You could.
That's correct. The negative, yes, the negative result is only a moment in time. It means that at that moment that they swabbed your nostrils, there was not enough of the COVID disease in your system to show up on a test. You might even have it, and it just hasn't built up enough steam to show. So absolutely, there are people who get tested multiple times a day. For people who travel, people who are in high important leadership positions. And it's, absolutely. But I like to wait until I get the negative result and then immediately make the next available appointment. There's been times when I got the negative result at 6 a.m. and I made the next appointment for 10 a.m. that same day. And that's how I managed to get 4 appointments in 1 week. I actually know the people at that testing place in Desert Hot Springs on a first name basis.
So for everyone who's out there watching, again, you've probably seen the news already that the Riverside County is at risk from going from red backwards to purple. That means more closures, more jobs lost. That's a very big deal for a lot of people. And so we're talking about, you're hearing from your chambers throughout the valley. I'm hoping all of the chambers are stepping up and getting testing information out. The CVB just sent out an email to their membership in the community. And that's really why we wanted to hop on, is talk about how we have the ability to help the situation and make it better by going to get tested. And Dominique is a small business owner, she's been wanting to reopen, wanting to do it safely. I think the other thing to mention too, and I know you're passionate about getting tested, and so thank you for hopping on last minute. The other thing Dominique is really passionate about, and all of our small business owners that we've been working with through the community, they're overly compliant. They are overly safe. Everyone is being so cautious and careful and thoughtful through this entire time. I just want to give a huge thank you to you for being a cheerleader, for testing, for the business community, and being so careful with your business.
I'm in my lobby now all by myself, but as soon as somebody comes out, I have to disappear. In fact, I think they're coming. So,
okay. Well, thank you so much, Dominique. And I'm going to sign up to get tested.
Okay.
All of you to go do so as well. And we will hope that next week we will be able to remain.
Please get tested this week, because next week is too late. Getting tested next week doesn't help us for next week's numbers.
This week, these next few days are essential. Thank you.
They really are. Please spread the word. Make an adventure out of it.
All right, will do. We'll be in touch. You take good care of yourself.
Thank you. Thanks for this, Katie. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And thanks for joining us today. It was so great of her to be able to hop on and talk a little bit about it. So you heard it. The importance of testing is to do it now until Saturday so that we can really help improve our numbers, so that when Tuesday comes around and they're looking back, we hopefully will not go back another tier. We will hopefully either stay where we are or continue to move forward with the amount of testing that we're having done. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be sure to leave the comments below. Hope everyone just remains well. It's just such a crazy time out there. It's a fluid time in the community. Thank you for all of your support, both just to me professionally and to the Chamber of Commerce. We appreciate it. We'll look forward to seeing everyone soon, but not too soon. Health first. Go get tested. Thanks again.